Good morning. I'm the Moon Mama. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday's the day governed by Mars, and Mars is currently in Aries in its retrograde shadow. Mars is the planet of embodiment. It's the planet where the energy and life force that is within us allows us to move from place to place and be here on earth and do things and go to work and be with others and stand up and walk. And it's Mars is a very significant energy. All the planets are significant, but it's really interesting to see how they really work. So Mars also is, like I said, it's in Aries. Aries is the constellation that governs our identity. It also governs our ability to start things. It's like a childlike energy. So that's why people refer it to war, because it's like, Aries is the warrior. But really all that means, right? And the reason that I give another sort of experience of it is because in our Western world and in our current world, we think war, and war is real, bombs and anger and all that sort of stuff. But really, it's about new beginnings. There is a aspect of destruction that comes within beginning something. There is an aspect of letting something else go to give way for something new to come. And so that can occur as a warring energy, as a battle, right? So literally, when with this energy that we have going on now, which I can't even get into all the transits. It's not even, it wouldn't even make any difference. But what I will say is that there is a war brewing within us. And literally what that means is that something new is trying to come through. Something new is trying to emerge. And so it doesn't mean that you have to fight or kill or, but we're going to watch all of that stuff go on in our country right now, and maybe even in the world. But it's really just because something new is trying to emerge. And so if you can pay attention to the war within you, or what is bringing you into a spirit of warring right now, what is making you angry, what is making you frustrated, what is making you want to fight, what are those things that are happening? And if you understand that it's just that there's something new trying to emerge, that's it. So when that energy comes up, you can just ask, what's trying to come up? And Mars in Aries is about a new identity. And so that's why I'm doing the class called Accessing, a new identity for a new world, because something is trying to emerge through you that is asking you to be different and something that you've never been before. That's what we're all being asked to do. And the reason I'm saying that is because all of our systems are coming undone. Today, Mercury, we're in a new moon energy today. The moon is in Leo and Mercury is conjunct the sun. So the sun is our life vitality, our ego, how we express ourselves. And Mercury is the consciousness of the mind, how we think. And so it's a really great opportunity to spend time really focused on you, what you want, who you are, your identity, your desires, your passion, and then think of that, because we're moving into the age of Aquarius and we're at the early stages of it. It's like it's so important for you to be true to yourself. The age of Aquarius means that you have to be, as unique as your fingerprint. If you think about our world, everything seems like, one grain of sand looks like the next grain of sand. But when you look at it through a microscope, you see that they're not the same at all. They're completely different. One snowflake looks like another snowflake to the human eye. But when you look at it closely, it's not the same. That's also the truth for us. It's important for us to become extraordinarily loyal to who we are, our uniqueness, to let go of our need to conform and be the same. And then, how we have to do that, because we've been so conditioned in this culture sameness and do it this way and buy this and spend this. We have to ask, we have to sit, we have to get silent. We have to ask ourselves, maybe you get a journal and you say, what is it that I really, really want? Because most of the time, I know for me, I don't even know. I literally think, I remember when I thought like, oh, I wanted a lot of money. I was like, I want a lot of money. I want a lot of money because that will make me feel safe. And I started asking, well, how do I get a lot of money? And I heard Spirit say to me, well, why do you want money? And I was like, well, it'll make me feel safe and secure. And Spirit was like, well, actually, then you want safety and security. You want to feel safe and secure. But money is not necessarily the pathway to that. And I was like, what do you mean? And Spirit's like, well, look at all the people in your life who have money and are they happy? Are they safe and secure? Maybe a couple of them are, but generally they're not. So if you want safety and security, then be clear that that's what you desire, because money is not necessarily the path to that. So I'm saying that we often want things because we think they're going to give us something, but that's not necessarily what it's going to offer you. And what I discovered is when I started actually saying, okay, I do want safety and security, what started to happen is that my relationship with the divine and the universe started to develop, and I started to realize that wherever I went, there was a force that was meeting me. So when I needed something, things would start to show up miraculously. Like I could need, I was like, oh, I want kombucha, and the manager of my apartment is like, hey, Monique, I'm making kombucha. Would you like me to give you, several bottles of it a month? I'm like, oh, sure. Oh my God, I just had that thought that I wanted kombucha. Or I think, I want to go spend time in nature, and then a friend calls and is like, hey, let's go hiking and let's do this. So literally my idea around safety and security started to expand to me actually feeling like I'm met by the universal force each and every moment. And now I feel safe wherever I go. I just do. And I actually have more money than I had previously, but I didn't use the money as the safety and security. And what Spirit told me about that is that this material world is just material things. It all comes out of the invisible. So it's best for us to anchor ourselves in the invisible and then allow it to give birth into the physical realm. And so that is what we're up to right now with this new moon in Leo. Anchoring into a deep connection with ourselves, the spirit within us, because that is our true source and supply. That is what connects us to the universe. That is what connects us to ourselves. That is what connects everything. It's the connecting force of everything. And speaking of that, this, is horsetail tea. And it's so important that we use herbs and crystals. And this is kyanite. Kyanite connects us to the higher realms, to our ancestors, to the psychic energy. Horsetail is a plant, it's a herb, and it's one of the oldest plants that have been here on our planet. It literally is 500 million years old. And so what these plants are alive, Stevie Wonder wrote an album, I think The Secret Life of Plants. There are all sorts of books that talk about the plants and how they communicate and speak with us and how they're here as allies to support us. So horsetail is a plant that strengthens us. It strengthens the structures. It strengthens our bones, our hair, our nails, but it also strengthens our energy. It makes us feel confident. It makes us trust what we're up to. It makes us know that we are not alone, that we have confidence in ourselves. So, this work is about really being within all of the energetic force fields that will allow us to be true to ourselves, because we are not just these bodies. We are so much more. This body is the least of who we are. And so today with the Mars and Aries, and we are generating a new identity. Something new is coming through us, and it feels like war. It feels hard. It feels frustrating, but it's literally just something new. I know when I was pregnant and I was giving birth to my son, oh my God. Y'all, I was in labor for 17 hours, okay? I labored for 17 hours. and I didn't have an epidural. So I was just in labor, and it was so painful because something new was coming through. Something new was coming through. So sometimes when we're having these really painful experiences, it's only because something new is trying to give birth to itself. And with the moon in Leo and this new moon energy, we're literally giving birth to the consciousness of God within us. That's what Leo is. It's the light that lighteth up every man, woman, and child. And guess who's that? You are that. You are the light that lighteth up every man, woman, and child. And so we want to begin to think about what we desire and let it be focused on you. Like, so for me, my desire is to have a profound, undeniable, solid connection with Source through me, in me, and as me, that I no longer ever have to doubt what I'm up to, that I'm cared for, that I'm loved, that I'm secure, that I am magical, and that things are truly working out for my highest good and best all of the time. Did you know that? Things are always working out for your highest and best, even when it feels like it's not. So with that, you all, I love y'all so much. I think today I am going to go and hang out. I have work to do today, but I'm also going to go to the beach tonight for the new moon. So tell me what you guys are doing, what you ladies and men are I don't like to use guys, what you all are doing for this new moon. What is your intention? What are you holding for yourself, right? So for me, I just want to be in love. My intention is to be deeply in love with myself and allow that love to lead me to the most incredible life experiences that are filled with pleasure and joy and connection and healing and transformation. All right, peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. Happy new moon in Leo. Bye-bye.